it appears, versus Dawson the Puff. And I don't think they're even doing hand warmers. They're just getting right into it.
So he does opt to go for Falco, obviously a matchup I'm more familiar with. Both are characters I played pretty regularly, so...
yeah, so as someone who plays both of them, like, what are your thoughts on this matchup in particular? Because I personally think that Falco is worse versus Puff, but I know he has some tricks.
Yeah, I think he's definitely worse, but I think the way, and we have got clarification that's pronounced Pappi. Yeah, okay. The way I would say, like, he is worse, but he has kind of like different tools that aren't available to Fox, obviously. Like, kind of just the way his full hop has so much height from it, and he has so much vertical acceleration that makes him control the kind of air and control the top platform in a way that Fox wouldn't do in the same way. And I think another big thing, besides obviously lasers, like lasers of course are going to make things really different. The thing that he's really missing compared to Fox is just kind of kill consistency. Fox can get so much off of things like up smash, up air, that kind of thing. Didn't mean to do the forward air.
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, and I believe you actually made a video, right, on kill setups with Falco versus Puff. Is that right?
It was a video about just like floaty setups generally on Yoshi specifically, but a lot of those setups you can use in other stages. And you probably will see a lot of them just because Puff, can die early. Maybe not does die early, as the meme would say, but she certainly can die early if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like Dawson has a really, really solid lead here. Can kind of just nickel and dime. And like you said, Falco has a hard time finding those confirms, right? Versus a Fox where that can really kind of turn around pretty quickly. So I'm curious as to how Pappi finds his way back into this game.
Yeah, it's tricky because, like, when you're this far down, like we were saying, Falco not really having those kind of same sort of gimps, those same kind of really, really low % kills that Puff would have on him, and even Fox would have, just sort of an easier time getting a stock. It is tricky. However, I think the thing that defines this matchup is I feel Falco like very solidly wins neutral. I think that obviously Puff has tools to win neutral exchanges, but I don't even think it's like really disputable. He's quite favored.
Yeah, and speaking of winning neutral heavily, it looks like Pappi has pretty strong grasp, but all it takes is one stray hit to really turn that whole thing around.
Yeah, I think the issue is mainly the punish game, where like if Puff can get in, then she can really, really, really make it difficult for Falco. There's a lot of mix-ups where she kind of coin flips and can get a kill without getting punished too hard herself. I'm pretty sure that you would ban Yoshi's here, so I don't think we're going to see that. My guess would be to see something like, honestly, maybe Battlefield again.
And that's all under the presumption that he stays Falco too, right?
Also true.
But it looks like he's going to commit to it. And honestly, I don't blame him either, because, the last, like, stock and a half that Pappi had on Dawson looked super, super, super in control.
Yeah, I think you, like I said, like, you do have a lot of really good neutral tools, and there's a tendency, I think, for Falco players, if you're maybe not used to playing Puff, not in the sense that you don't have Puff experience, but like say you were just playing like a Fox or something, and you're in like spacey mode. When you play against a Puff, there's a lot of situations where you just sort of can't force it, for lack of a better term. Like you can't just run into her back air walls. Like right now, you can't just try to compete with that. You have to find a way to fight in a different space, or you're just gonna lose.
Yeah, and I know so many players in this position will start to get impatient. Puff at high %, you just need one hit, and he finds it there, but, Dawson got real close to taking that first stock, and I think that's a huge, huge momentum shift if he was able to find it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think, the set is far from over. That's a really good tomahawk grab, though, punishing him for staying in shield. But, he's been patient. He's made sure to kind of pick his spots, because that's really, I think, what I'm trying to say, that there are going to be situations where patience or no patience, you just got to recognize, like, I shouldn't fight here. Nice. A really, really good conversion there to go from there to...
And let's see how he handles the ledge. Just gives it back. That's fine. Nice. And, he picks up 82 on that stock. That's solid. The big thing that we need to see is if Dawson gets a rest, then we're kind of not in good shape anymore. But, pretty solid advantage state right now for Pappi overall.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that. This is the thing that's so tricky about this matchup is if there was ever a matchup where you really want a single stock lead, it is this one, or like the Fox equivalent. You just really don't like being on even footing with Puff because it feels like it can all be taken away in a single mistake.
Yeah, and there's just so many things that can go wrong. Like he drifted in with a short hop and died for it, right? It's just, you know, between the rest, between just getting hit with random hits, Pappi evens it back up, but you know, every single hit that Dawson is getting feels like a huge momentum killer.
No, absolutely, and it's easy to kind of like lose control in a way. But this is still Stadium. You can get kind of low percent kills. We saw that, you know, Falco does actually have good ways to combo Puff at kind of the mid percents. So it's really about securing a kill kind of from here, which he won't be able to do quite yet unless it's like forward smash.
Up air is fishing for a second hit up air. I don't think that kills for a while though, or at least at the percent that Dawson was at.
Yeah, no, up air on its own would not kill. He really is looking for like a down air into another down air, or just kind of build percent. Any sort of hard-hitting smash attack would work, but he's not going to get those hits unless he does hit him in with like a wave dash or something.
Yeah, nice, finds the kill, and you know, Pappi's actually been getting a decent number of power shields as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw maybe like a power shield F smash, down smash, anything, just to kind of react, because Dawson's just been drifting in with pretty early aerials consistently every time.
No, for sure. Interesting choice to go for the nair there. That's kind of like a reliable way to cover it with a more lenient timing than a forward air. But it's also kind of an overcommitment if you don't cover it properly. So good back air too.
Nice platform cancel there. Not quite going to find the up air, but that probably would have spelled the end if you found it that high up.
No, for sure. Right now, it's like... Ooh,
yeah, like you said, it's like he's in such big advantage right now, but this is still so scary as the Falco.
Yeah, that should do it, though.
Finishes
one of the main things there that kind of makes it an interesting situation is jab is a really, really reliable way to set up kills, but you can crouch cancel it until like ridiculous percents. So if you're
and Jigs can crouch under it too, right? Or can she?
I don't know if she can crouch under it, but if she's crouching, it won't matter because she will be actionable before Falco is. So, you know, in those situations, you want to go for the jabs because you're like, jab will set up a kill in some way. Then you're also afraid because she could CC grab. She could do so many things that just kill you immediately. So it is scary for Falco in those situations.
Now, here's a question for you, just matchup related, is I was noticing Pappi using a lot of like laser into immediate like turnaround up tilt, for instance. I'm imagining that takes a while for just that individual hit to kill, and at the percents that Dawson was at, does it link to much?
Up tilt can be a really good way to set up combos at a lot of percents. Even for example, like on certain stages, you can up tilt into a shine and kill off the top. Like say for example, if you got it on a platform. So it can be a really good way. Like it kind of functions in a similar way to shine here.
Yeah,
where
like
it's
right there, he's using it again. But...
yeah, like you could have got a combo there.
Oh, that hurts. But he gets a good punish off of it.
Yeah, just barely.
I'm wondering if maybe he would have rather gone for like dare to dare and then see if he gets a bigger punish off of that.
I like the F smash choice because it's kind of hard to tell with the charge. Like if he had 5% more, like we know that Fod has like pretty close horizontal blast.
What a call out.
So I don't mind it.
Yeah, and of course it doesn't matter right now if the stocks are even, so you know, he finds the kill either way, and slight advantage to Pappi. Again, big punish in neutral, and then just kind of resets again, nickel and dime.
Yeah, there we see the kind of the up tilt that you were talking about. Really, really amazing DI actually there. Like that was incredible to just sort of totally slide off and not get anything there. But was so happy with the DI that then he gets like 10 back airs afterwards.
Dawson lets it go on the left side. Still kind of exerting a ton of corner pressure right now, and not quite quick enough, but the double dare is going to put him in really bad spot, and he should potentially die from this. Hopefully Pappi picks it up.
Ooh, I like the decision to pound right there. It's a little scary, but is going to get the kill with the back air anyway. Like we said before, you know, I think this is a matchup where the neutral is quite favored. Want to make sure to get the DI right there. He does, for the most part. He's going to die for it anyway. Yeah.
It was a nice thought, though, for sure. Double shine stall into the Phantasm, and it was a little ambiguous whether or not he was going to try to sweet spot to ledge, so Dawson did kind of guess there on the recovery.
both kind of playing pretty disciplined with the way they attack around Puff's shield. One of the things you do want to do in this matchup is get Puff shielding in the first place. She's quite bad out of shield. Oh, this could be big. Interesting to go for the dare there. I probably would have gone for an up tilt.
Wow, the follow-ups! He's all
there
over him right now.
If you like, when you get Puff on the ground, she's actually quite easy to follow up on.
Right.
Her roll not that great in this kind of situation, and you can cover it pretty fairly with dare. So that's kind of what you're looking for in terms of the punish department.
Weighted hits don't feel too bad right now with the stock lead, but that's probably going to do it. And again, you know, slight percent lead to Pappi, but you know, if I'm him, I'm still pretty scared.
Oh, absolutely. Like, this is nowhere near enough to really set up any kills. Still being patient. Again, these up tilts are working out quite well. Got him in a tech chase situation. Still in the corner. Again, hasn't really been forcing stuff, which I really like to see, because that's how you get the lead. Or keep the lead.
And Pappi just playing super safe now. He knows that traded aerials are really good for him at this point, but that's not what he wants to see. He doesn't want to get hit by that pound, get hit by really anything that could put him in tumble or disadvantage.
Yeah, and he's really scared to kind of engage, because if he gets caught by a thing like an up air, it could be the end of the stock. Doesn't actually commit. It's tough, really, really.
So we're approaching back air kill percent for sure.
I think we're about, yeah, like 3% away from it, from the mid stage, maybe 4, but on the edge it'll kill.
Yeah, and he knows it. What was that, like 5 or 6 in a row? Oh, so close.
You know what I mean? Like, just a little off, but that'll do it.
Beautiful hourglass. What a read. Reads the drift every time, and that was honestly indicative of just how Pappi was handling Dawson's drift the entire set. You know.